Hello students, how are you doing? Hope all of you are well and you are busy in some way and you're keeping yourself learning about different things, reading books, watching my videos, and also watching some good programs on different channels as well to keep yourself busy and not watching too much news. Okay, so I'm going to do a lesson with you on the topic of inequalities today. It's a maths lesson, and inequalities is a topic which comes often in the exam, and it's a very easy topic to understand, but if you don't understand the basics, you can easily make mistakes on this. And I'm sure you've covered inequalities before, some of it in your primary school and some of it might be in your previous secondary schools as well. Okay, so what are inequalities? So we're going to look at basically representing inequalities on a number line, solving inequalities with one inequality sign, with two inequality signs, and then hopefully later on we'll look at harder inequalities as well. Okay, so we can start with basics. Inequalities on a number line. What I would like you to do is like you to make sure you have a piece of paper with you, pencil or a pen, because I do want you to draw these inequalities out on the number line. And the idea is when you come back into school, you already have done this work, and we can just evidence that you have completed the work which we were meant to complete in school. Okay, so it's very, very important that you complete whatever I'm setting you via these lessons, virtual lessons, via YouTube videos. Okay, so please get a piece of paper and pen or pencil, whichever you can get, with a ruler if you have available. That'll be really, really good. Okay, so first thing, what are the inequality signs? So I want you to jog your memory back and see if you can remember different inequality signs. Inequality basically means when something is not equal to something. Okay, and there are three different ways of representing these. Okay, there are four different ways. I apologize, four different ways. Okay, see if you can work out what these signs mean. Okay, I'll give you a couple of seconds to think about. So I want you to draw these signs on a piece of paper, and I want you to write underneath what do these signs represent. Okay, so hopefully you've done that, and I'm going to move on. So this sign, first one, is basically greater than. When something is greater than something, so we say 5 is greater or bigger than 4. This sign, next one, is smaller than. So this means something is smaller than something, so we can say 3 is smaller than 4. Okay, something is greater than and equal to. Something is smaller than and equal to. We look at this example later on. So greater than, and if you have a line underneath, this is equal to as well. So they're together, it's greater than and it's also equal. Smaller than is also equal. Okay, so greater than or equal to, less than or equal to, whichever way it represents. So we'll look at some examples. Hopefully you've drawn these in your book. Okay, so you may have heard the crocodile eats the bigger number, song which is done in primary schools often. I'm not going to do that with you at the moment because I think you are bigger than that and you don't need to learn through songs, and we can have a mature dialogue in that sense. Okay, so let's look at examples. So we say 8 is greater than 5 and 2 is smaller than 7. So we use the signs appropriate: greater than, smaller than. Okay, then so what's the point of inequality signs? Some problems don't have one specific answer. So I'm going to give you an example. Inequalities give a range of possible answers. So it's getting a range, but you have to give the whole range of answers by using an inequality sign. This will become clear when we do examples. Okay, so it's a range of answers will be given. Okay, and we can represent this range of answers on a number line. Okay, so some problems don't have one specific answer. Inequalities give a range of possible answers, but you have to give the whole range of answers by using an inequality sign. We can represent this range of answers on a number line. Okay, so how does a number line work? You should know. So number line, so first I want you to do, okay, so how do we represent inequality signs on number lines? We use two different dots. So please write this down in your book. We use two different dots to show the specific number named in the inequality. If the dot is open circle, like this one, it represents smaller than or greater than. Okay, if the dot is closed, okay, and is colored shaded in, it represents smaller than, equal to, or greater than, equal to. So I want you to copy this down, please, in your book. So we use two different dots to show the specific number named in the inequality. So dot, open dot represents small, something is smaller than or greater than. Closed dot, shaded, represents smaller than, equal to, or greater than, equal to. Let's look at examples to make it clear. We can then draw an arrow. Okay, so I've drawn the number line. I want you to do this. So draw this number line. It goes from -6 to 7. Please copy this number line in your book on a piece of paper with a pencil, pen, a ruler. So it goes from -6 to 7. So it goes from negative to positive. So let's look at some questions. So represent x is greater than -1. So we're going to say x can be anything, any value. Okay, and so something is greater than -1. So now we know that -1 is here. Okay, -1 is here. So we know, okay, we will start with the open circle. Remember, I showed you before, if it is smaller than, equal to, you start with the open circle. So open circle goes at -1. Okay, because that's the coordinate. -1, open circle, and everything, and it's saying x is greater. So all these values, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, they're greater than. So all you do is to represent this inequality, you do an open dot because it's greater than, and you just draw an arrow in that direction, because all these values here are bigger than -1. So you need to understand this. 0 is bigger, 1 is, 2 is, 3 is, 4 is, 5 is, 6 is, 7. Okay, and all these values here are smaller than. Okay, so this is how you do. Let's look at another example. So this is a different one. X is smaller than, equal to 3. Now when it's smaller than, equal to 3, we use, let me show you, this inequality sign, a shaded one. We'll use a shaded sign. Okay, so let's go to this. X is smaller than, equal to 3. So where is 3 here? 3 is here. Okay, so you will draw a shaded circle. There you go, a shaded circle, and is smaller. So all these values are smaller, and you go in the left hand side. Okay, so let me go through this again. Let's start again. It's going to be slightly tricky to understand. So x is greater than -1. Okay, because it's greater than, you do an open dot. You do a dot here, and all these values are greater than -1. Next question, x is smaller than, equal to 3. So we use a closed dot at 3 because it says smaller than 3, and we go in the left direction because all these values are smaller. Okay, hopefully you've understood this. Let's try a couple more. So first one is x is smaller than 4. I'll let you try this. So draw this number line again, a new one if you could, and try to work this out, please. X is smaller than 4. So I'll give you a clue. 4 is here, so you'll do an open dot, and all these values on this side are smaller than 4. Okay, so let's do the first one. So there you go. So open dot at 4, and you do arrow going in this direction because all these values are smaller than 4. Let's do another one. X is greater than, equal to 2. So it's got greater than, equal to 2. Now clue is we will use a dot which is shaded, okay, which is colored, but we start at 2. Okay, that's the clue we've given. So we start at 2 here, and it's greater than. So if it's greater than, it will go in this direction. There you go. That's it. So it's shaded and it's going in that direction. Next one, x is smaller than, equal to -3. Smaller than. Now the clue is equal here. So equal, it'll be a shaded sign again. -3. So -3 is here. You draw a closed circle, and because it's smaller than, it will go in the left direction. You can use different colors, different to indicate this, whichever makes life easier for you. Okay, do it in that way. I would. Okay, so we stop at here, and we look at the next section next time. Okay, so hopefully you've understood the inequality signs. Just remember the key things in here were these. If it is open circle, that means smaller than, greater than. If it's closed circle, shaded, smaller than, equal to, or greater than, equal to. Until next time, bye bye.